American lakes. Lakes are bodies of water that collect on the continents. Most, but not all, lakes are freshwater. That means running water flows into the lake, pools, and then flows out of the lake. That means lakes are tied to rivers. The largest and most important lakes in the United States are the Great Lakes. The United States shares these lakes with Canada. The Great Lakes are an important regional geographic feature. They provide a huge reservoir of water. They have always been a vital waterway for transportation. Great Lakes fish have been a source of food. They influence the weather in the areas around the lake shores. This is what the Great Lakes look like from space. Water flows from lake to lake, finally making its way northeastward through the St. Lawrence River to the Atlantic Ocean. Great Lakes ports have been important parts of the economy of cities such as Chicago, Illinois, Gary, Indiana, Cleveland, Ohio, and Erie, Pennsylvania. The Great Lakes were created by glacial action, the scraping and rubbing of large sheets of ice. The Great Lakes region has other smaller lakes created by glaciers, such as the Finger Lakes of New York State. In the Midwest, which is flat, plains, lakes are few and small. Most lakes in this region are artificial lakes. That means they are man-made, often as a way to provide a water supply. Geist Reservoir and Lake Monroe in Indiana are examples of such artificial lakes. Sometimes the lakes aren't created to supply water, but to prevent flooding. This is Tynesta Lake, created by Tynesta Dam on the Allegheny River in western Pennsylvania. It was built to prevent the flooding of downtown Pittsburgh each spring when melting snow would cause the river to rise and overflow its banks. Another type of lake is created by mountains. Often called mountain lakes, these lakes develop in the valleys between mountains. The melting snows on the mountainsides fill them. When they reach critical height, the waters begin to spill out of the lake into a mountain stream or river. These types of lakes are found in the Rocky Mountains. Lake Tahoe in Nevada is an example of such a lake. Lakes are miles across in every direction. By contrast, ponds are small collections of fresh water. Many ponds exist near headwaters. They collect water coming from springs before allowing it to flow off in runs and small streams. Most ponds are artificial creations. American farmers have been encouraged to dig ponds for water conservation. Ponds often have difficulty retaining fresh water. If the water flow is not enough, the water becomes stagnant. Stagnant water is not fresh water. This can lead to all types of problems. One of these is that stagnant water is where mosquitoes reproduce. Besides being a pest, mosquitoes carry diseases such as West Nile fever. Huge ponds, pools of stagnant water are called swamps. While swamps are important ecosystems, they are also dangerous to humans living near them. For centuries, they have been the source of malaria. In parts of the world, they are still the source of malaria, another disease carried by mosquitoes. The American South has many swamps. The Everglades of Florida, the bayous of Louisiana, or this one, the Dismal Swamp. There is a large salt lake in the United States. This lake has salt water in it, similar to what one would find in an ocean. The Salt Lake in the United States is located in Utah and is called the Great Salt Lake. Salt lakes are few. They are created because local salt deposits become mingled in the waters, creating a saltwater environment. There is another type of rare lake. It is a freshwater lake created in the crater of a volcano. These are called volcanic lakes. Most of them are found in the American Northwest.